really well with PA. Then you have the Bloodlust, and I guess you have the Witch Doctor heal, which can be nice if you do get brought down low. But in general, a pretty nice lineup around the PA, and I would like to see what item build Loda is going to decide to go for in this game, because yesterday we had a PA game with the rushed BKB with an Omni Knight. I really was a little bit sad because of that build, because I think that limited his potential output in that game. Whereas I think Loda really likes the RNG. Like, I know for a fact that he does. He has even played the Basher Maelstrom builds in some official game that I was casting way back when he played PA even more.
The thing is, like, Lasso goes through BKB, right? So if you get it, you're still going to get Batman. So it's kind of like, well, why don't I just do the punching instead? Yeah.
I mean, BKB is fairly good, but even as you say, the Lasso, and there's also the swap can come and mess with you. And if you want something like a BKB TP out, like, you can never split push just because you have a BKB, because there's Batrider and there's Lich. Two heroes already, and then you have Vangeful as well, and she gets her level 6, who can also cancel your TP out. So you're not getting away from VP.Polar if you get caught out of position.
I also think because they have the profit, they're like, okay, well, he'll handle that side of things. I want to do the damage and we can do some fighting. They've got Brew, you got Ogre, Witch Doctor. They like to scrap. Get in there and fight.
True. But I would like to also mention how good it is to have some true brawler in your team when you're playing PA. And I'm saying this thinking about the Brewmaster and how he can just jump in and kind of disorient a team fight, because that opens up the chances to blink strike and actually kill someone.
Yeah, the old surprise blink strike.
Yeah, because you don't want to jump in when there's no disable being done.
Absolutely.
You want to jump in when chaos is a thing.
Chaos is his thing.
Yeah. But in general, with these two matchups and how they have drafted, how do you feel about the early game and how the laning stage is going to go, Luke?
I think it really depends on where that Lich goes. FNG yesterday showed that he doesn't play a very standard Lich. A standard Lich is sitting in the lane and sap. But he likes to actually roam around a little bit, which takes away from the strength of the Lich. And especially against a PA that seems to be going to the bottom lane right now, PA could get pretty offensive. Like, if you have Ogre helping out the lane, and the Witch Doctor throwing out the cast, a Blink Strike and a Dagger, that's really a kill. So I think
this could also be attempting to dodge the Lich lane, right?
Yes.
Just trying
Maybe
to
they're expecting Lich to go top.
Yeah, exactly. Because this is kind of the guessing game. When you're playing against a Lich, you don't really want to match up your carry against him, no matter what. You want to dodge that lane. So blindly now, Alliance are sort of assuming that when you pick Lich, you will go offlane dual lane with that. And it looks like it's going to be, of course, Mag on the mid lane with his Batrider in this game. And AM, of course, as sort of expected, you very seldom see an AM go to the offlane. So he's going to be down here. Actually gets scouted out by this Treant as well. So Alliance getting a little bit of an idea of what's going on. They also see the Lich walk out here with a ward, and they see perfectly where he put it. So very good information to get there. And VP.Polar missed their D-ward, so already a little bit of an edge, I would say.
Yeah, but normally you see Lich going to ward there. There's at least not 100% chance that he stays in the lane. Sometimes he just go wards and then goes back to, let's say, bottom lane in this case.
Could be. The mind games are real. I think, actually, we are
switching.
Yeah, this is a switch. AM wants to go to the off lane. I think VP.Polar are realizing that something is wrong here. No one walked into our Lich. No one was there. We didn't get a D-ward on any observer ward, so maybe the enemy is just going down bottom, and this is a switch coming up from VP.Polar for sure.
Yep.
And Alliance, we're gonna see. I like the Ogre's hiding place, because this reminds me, he was standing in the road strip now and hiding.
Funny.
It reminds me of yesterday how Ogre was just waiting.
He looks like a shopkeeper too.
Yeah, he does. What would you buy from him?
Luck.
That's a good question.
Luck.
Yeah. He runs one of those shops you see on the high street that have all fruit machines and one-armed bandits and stuff.
I see. So, I mean, this game is all about getting your farm going on the hard carry. And Alliance now, going up against the Batrider bottom should be fine for PA, because you have Ogre around as well, and you even have Witch Doctor. But top lane at the same time, Vengeful and Centaur farming there, and it's a mid-Lich AM, which is horrible for Hani. Hani is going to suffer on this lane. Like, double lane AM mid is something that I know quite a lot about, and always when I cast together with Toby, he will always kind of cry when he thinks about it, because we played it so many times back in the days. But it's a very potent lane just because AM can farm very undisturbed when he has someone to back him up.
Really getting some grief here. Look at it.
It was much worse before where you could pull the mid camps into the lane and just deny like 4 creeps at a time.
That's true.
But looks like
The old Radiant mid lane.
yeah, the grief of that is at least somewhat not as bad.
Yeah, and AM trying to farm up here. He's going to be pretty fine on the mid lane at least. And as we said, Ogre is running around a little bit, trying to find what he can do. But he realizes even if he does go into mid lane, there's nothing that Honey can help him with. I mean, Honey doesn't even have mana for a Thunderclap, and he has no HP. He's going to be zoned out of experience range, and this is really not what you want to have happen.
Really tough.
Because, I mean, losing your lane is one thing and not being able to get any farm. But if you stay out of experience range even, and he's still a good 100 gold away from getting his bottle, meaning the struggle is real for him right now. At least the lane is slightly pushing, but with some nice denies from AM, it's gonna stay out of his reach.
Well, they have a Lich, so the lane's not pushing out.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
Honey frowning there. What the hell
he's-
was
like a very complicated
yeah,
expression.
There's a big frown on his forehead right now.
So
He's not-
would you say that we're gonna rotate Akke here? And it looks like he is coming with Invis Rim. Like, does that help? He kind of win back the lane.
I mean, it's not gonna kill anyone.
It's not going to kill anybody, but at least it prevents FNG from
think it's more
walking
about-
up the ramp and, like, you know, just giving the right click.
I think they hope that Lich is gonna go out of position, but actually AM is gonna be the one to jump in, but they can't really punish him too much without any mana for the clap. No magic one to heal enough quickly. He almost has his bottle at least now. But I think Witch Doctor being here is more about having someone to hit back
Yes.
and trying to give the space for Brewmaster to farm.
But
Side
that-
note though, this hurts his experience even more though. Because now you're dual laning against the Lich AM.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, sure, he was being zoned out of experience, so I guess in the end it's kind of good for him. But you're sharing EXP against this lane. Top lane, they're trying to run down on Ace here. No boots on the Furion. Gets caught out by DkPhobos in the right clicks. Should be a first blood up here.
Nice.
Brings him down.
Nice first blood by VP. Also, with the rotation of Witch Doctor mid, the bottom lane's freed up for the Batrider against 2 melee hero. Well, actually, Ogre,
I think he's
deceptively,
still
like...
getting harassed by the
Yeah,
Ogre,
like-
stifling.
Look at this.
Yeah, the slow is real. He goes down to almost 150 movement speed.
Yeah,
or
Ogre
something.
might just pick up Orb of Venom and just give him the
think
real
he
right
should.
click.
That's a really good idea.
And he has the magic
Oh, he
wand.
is actually trapped in by a catapult if Ogre had spotted that there.
Oh yeah, he just didn't see it. But anyway, he had mass tangle, so he could have
Yeah.
at least
And
made him
Firefly.
panic eat maybe.
And Firefly, of course, yeah.
But Ogre Magi with boots and magic wand this early on is really good at harassing. But I think he realizes he might not be needed here on bottom lane even more. He does run in mid, but he got spotted out as well by his ward, so it should not really pay off. Because of course VP.Polar, they know about this.
Actually, they could blink and block the exit.
They could try,
Someone
but it's
Nova.
dangerous because Akke, he's on top of things. He knows that he can just.
You wouldn't
walk
want to eat a bongo in close quarters.
in. No, definitely not.
So Triley mid.
Yeah, sort of.
I love the way it looks like we need more people up here. It's like more reinforcements. Everybody's just, it's going to be
This-
one of my classic 5v5 club games.
Exactly, I was about to say, this is starting to look like my average pub mid lane. Just a lot of people coming and saying, how are you doing? Can
They're
you,
the
can you
best.
farm?
Those are the most fun. I really think.
It's amazing. Anyway, just a little bit more asking of Akke. Still, but
Witch Doctor punched down,
Yeah.
but they did get a kill in this one.
let's put on
Keep the
first. And
rotation.
the Vengeful, they could even kill Honey here. Gonna jump after with a blink, and yeah, this is a kill.
Wow.
Now Ogre trying to go in. I mean, he's tanky and he's big, but can he actually kill anything here?
He's gonna have Ignite up, but looks like
Yeah.
Have to give him the runaway.
I think maybe if he focused on the bench there, he could have killed her. Do you think so?
with it depends on how Prophet was migrating the trees. If there was a little bit of body blocking involved at that point.
See,
Yeah.
look, this is why people in pub games love to come mid to, quote, help out. Because look what happened. Brewmaster died and AM has to run away. It's like, great, the supports get the... Don't worry, we'll
Thank
take
you,
over
guys.
for you. We'll take over.
Thank you for helping us, guys. Yeah, the mid laners are definitely thanking everyone right now.
With the action.
Nice little dodge with the blink
Yeah.
from the ignite there. Bottom lane now, Honey going aggressive here. Wants to get something done because mid lane is not having fun.
Nice damage from PA.
Getting a lot done with just a
Fire
right click
there.
really.
Yeah.
I mean, even though they got the kill there, these are very expensive kills because that Brewmaster is not getting anything in return. And they're essentially
still
3
better.
cores on the bottom right now.
Yeah.
Trying to push the tier 1, and they might even get it, but
Meanwhile, the support of Akke mid lane is being tower dove by an AM and a
Yep.
Lich. And he does go down to just the right clicking here. So, power of fighting AM, man. Already 2-0-0. So he's having more fun than the Brewmaster still. But Brew, gaining more from these ganks than just standing on mid.
Sure.
Because Lich is the winner of any static laning game. You want the longest laning phase ever. We talked about this a little bit yesterday as well.
That's a really good point.
Because that's his forte really at mid. AM has a lot of creeps to clear here. I wonder if Alliance want to try and stop them, but good vision again by Polar.
That's why I honestly, like, whenever someone is starting to play Dota and they say, which hero should I play? Oh, some people said to play Void because it's easy, and some people... I just played Lich for like 100 games straight.
That's my straight up advice as well. Whenever someone asks, I say Lich is probably the easiest.
I would say Void is one of the harder heroes.
Exactly. People are stupid.
Like your Chronosphere placement
but people thought of it like this. They thought of it like, which heroes win games loads? It's like, oh yeah, Fed Void does. But it's like, but this person has no idea about farming, where to put wins from.
He gets quick with the blink and
He's out of here.
Oh, nice.
That's a nice bailout.
Yep.
Yeah, I was thinking he was out of position there, but of course he had the communication that we got you back. They only have slows really unless you get stunned by Ogre, so knew he could get away and waste a little bit of time at least, but
I feel that tier 1 push on the bottom was a very desperation attempt from Alliance, because they know once a Centaur Blink Dagger comes out, which is very close now, that they are just gonna really eat it.
Centaur has really just been standing on top lane and hammering away at the creeps.
He has a completed magic wand, a Tranquils, and 1800 gold.
The ACS at minute 720 is really,
nice.
really high. So the Venge Centaur lane to start with on top lane worked really well. And the rotations, of course, have been decent from VP.Polar as well.
I think Centaur was great with that burst early on. If you compare that with something like a stun and armor reduction, I think it's a really easy kill.
Yeah. Mid lane. Now PA trying to farm up against the AM. I mean, overall PA is pretty strong against the AM, but when you don't have any mana, you don't really want to be standing on mid lane too long, because if that Centaur comes with a Blink Dagger or something, you're in deep trouble. So this game, I would say, definitely going the way of VP.Polar a little bit for now. But the question is, does Alliance have anything they can do with this Brewmaster? He does have level 6, and he's actually just 650 gold away from having his own Blink Dagger, which is pretty impressive.
Considering how poorly
Or 7 minutes.
Considering how poorly the laning stage started, not too bad. But Lich, a little bit of trouble in the mid lane. Blink and on a Void is going to be the kill. Actually, the magic wand from Loda.
Yeah, what a play.
Yeah.
What a play.
I still see pros getting tricked by a full 10 magic stick.
Oh yeah.
All the time. All the time.
Having a full 10 magic stick and just holding on to it as long as possible and then using it in the last moment is really a nice little thing, and saved his life here and wasted mana void.
Yeah.
So, really good thing, but it is still downtime for the PA though, running back to base, whereas the AM keeps hitting creeps, never stop, never surrender. So
the
it's about being effective.
Centaur's blink is up now, 8 minutes 44. So.
I didn't kind of like the fact that he just delivered it and now farms creeps with it. I think whenever you get the blink, the first kill is surprise. Maybe he should have just dropped it behind the trees.
Yeah, because now he tries to go mid and do that surprise, but I mean, Ogre knows that there's a Blink Dagger. As soon as, I mean, when you have 9 minutes in, you definitely check the Centaur all the time that he's lane farming, like, does he have it, does he have it, does he have it? Try and keep track of when he gets his key item. Hani might get caught out here by the Blink Dagger, okay. Hani does go down in the end, so maybe doesn't punish him too much.
Do we have to show the player cam for Hani looking sad? That's just tragic.
Yeah, I mean, it's never fun to be caught out, especially with Hani being so close to his own Blink Dagger. This is only gonna delay it. So Hani is winning a really hard game. Nice swamp.
Man, the chain sun's real. Mynuts gets blown up, and Akke runs to the north side. They could keep chasing if they want to do so, but it looks like Loda's gonna slow things down. Blinks on top, double edge coming out, but Akke just walks it off.
Yeah. Loda is here and wants to kill stuff, but not too many disables. Actually, just the Witch Doctor cask available, so he doesn't want to go into like 4 heroes and then realize I have overcommitted. Especially when you have level 1 Phantom Strike, because it's 14 second CD. You want to get up to that max level for 5 second CD so you can blink in, kill someone, blink out. But in the end, just a nice little trade in their ass.
I think Alliance's game does not begin till Hani picks up that blink. And that's why that kill was so important.
Yeah.
It showed on Hani's face. He needs to basically go into jungle and farm it.
No, the Stampede, so
no
he
mana.
doesn't have mana for
so
what does Batrider have?
Batrider is currently sitting on about 600 gold away as well. So
I think if he can get his Blink Dagger before Brew and they can kill him again,
Oh
that
my
would be
goodness.
so good.
I think it's gonna be hard to kill him once more though, because he's gonna start farming top lane here, and he has his Brewmaster split and the haste rune.
Yeah.
So you're probably not gonna kill him right now unless you bring like Centaur and some chains done, like Vengeful.
Yeah. I think it would be worth it.
It would definitely be worth it if you could manage to
But
achieve
yeah,
it, but
he's
it's
not close
daytime as well, so the ganks are a little bit harder to execute right now because of the vision range, really. Smoke is available on the Lich, so he's holding on to that, and they want to get something done later in. They can just group up. But for now, VP.Polar trying to play on their side of the map a little bit, realizing that at least with the blink on Centaur, they can make sure that the enemy is not contesting the AM's farm at all. But Alliance are probably pretty happy as well, just getting a little bit of farm for themselves now, because they need, as we were talking about, that Blink Dagger, and they do have it now on Brewmaster if he picks it up.
Alright, so you picked up Blink on Brew, but can you actually kill the AM with that? It'll be tough.
I don't think AM is going to be that easy. You're going to need the PA to be around to deal the damage, because else the other heroes are not that strong against him.
This
And
gank on
this
the
is a
Brood
big gank.
is a pretty low value gank. Like, even if you kill him, it's like,
He just purchased.
it's like whatever. Yeah.
Oh, the
Oh, you're
haste
gonna get it.
actually. That was a very nice escape there. So just
They're
make
gonna
it
try to
out.
mix around with the purple. Trouble Stampede's gonna get him out there, magic missile on him.
They forced out the Stampede with his own haste rune and a little bit of aggression. That's really nice for him in the end.
Well, that's a great exchange for
Yeah,
Alliance.
for Alliance.
Yeah.
So Blink Dagger is finished on Batrider as well though. Now you have the power of 2 Blink Daggers on VP.Polar. So if they can just get back, heal up, and try to defend his top tower, I think they would be in a great shape to take that fight.
Who do
to
you
Alliance.
get now if you're back? Like, who is your primary target to blink and
The
grab?
prime target? I mean, Brewmaster if he doesn't
yeah.
split, that would be amazing. But that's only if you know you can chain stun him and kill him.
Yeah.
Else, I would be pretty happy just going on something like Witch Doctor to get rid of his stuns, like the disables in the team fight. Because as scary as PA can be, if there's no disable, she doesn't actually do that much. She relies heavily on the enemy not moving.
It's actually hard for Mag to go in to initiate because they don't have Stampede right now. So you could blink in and stun one, but how are you gonna get the hero back to your team?
That's why I think they need to swap.
No, actually, Honey gonna be the one to initiate. Oh, goes on Lil. Lil might be able to get a swap on No.
Wow,
The
quick kill.
multicast coming in as well. And the aggression, of course, of the past, chasing after. Nice
Get
cycle.
another support.
Yeah, I think they could kill this, but Batrider is there with him flaming if they want to go.
No, the chain stun was good. No
Not
chain
contesting.
frost was used just yet.
Yeah, so that's really, really nice for Alliance. They're getting 2 kills, and tower's gonna go down. AM is not pushing the bottom lane as well. No trade really going out for Virtus.Pro Polar. I think this is a mistake. Whenever there's a fight or a fight imminent, you need to push the lane, and Mynuts going a little bit too aggressive here. Getting caught out.
Yeah, another support gun. So that was big from 3 supports.
They might get the swamp on Ace here. Actually, yeah, this is an easy kill. So, again, Alliance staying a little bit too long there. I think that's a little bit uncharacteristic mistake, just staying.
So Illidan staying in farming was actually a good move.
Well, Illidan farming is not a problem, I feel, because that's what he should be doing, I think. But he should be farming on the lane, I
Right,
feel.
okay.
Because when you see so many people grouping up on top lane, you know that a
You know
push
you've
is
got a
imminent.
free lane, right?
Yeah, you can probably just push a tower and deal plenty of damage, or even bring it down if the fight is going to be long, you know? So, it's really just a little bit of a mistake, I think, being jungling right there, but he is catching up now, and his farm is looking like it's going to be a 14-30 Battle Fury, finishing just after this next creep.
Not too bad.
Whereas Loda is sitting at a broadsword and 1400 gold. Seems like he's going to go for a Battle Fury of his own. Of course, he could go into a Blade Mail or Crit, but that's very unlikely, any of those items. So Battle Fury should be the item of choice. I don't like it that much on PA.
Why not?
Well, the thing is that you are in the end different from AM. You're not the hero who walks around farming non-stop and trying to like reach that late game where you can blink Abyssal Blade people and just, you know, control the map and kill anyone who shows. Because PA is fighter. So I don't like this build because it doesn't really peak now. It peaks later, right? But I feel she needs to be stronger in the early game because AM takes over the game later on.
So,
I definitely think so.
So you definitely say that Polar has the better late game in the Alliance as a block.
Also because of the other heroes who are mid. Gonna go Lil here again. Eventually being the prime target for this Brewmaster, just jumping in, stunning her, using everything. And the Storm Panda, of course, chasing after to find anyone else. But this looks like it could be just another kill in a tower, and if they don't stay around and die afterwards, it's going to be a really nice trade this time.
So you don't think like the Battle Fury would help with things like the AM illusions and stuff like that?
Not really. I think it's a flavor thing, but not really that effective. Mag tried to fight and kill afterwards, but this time only with 5 euros could be dangerous.
Yeah, here comes the Centaur. Gets a 2-man stun. He now goes on Akke. I'm surprised the Stampede has not been used when the Batrider was dragging the tier target back. That would have helped a lot. DkPhobos down to about half health. Where's this team? Anti-Mage is not joining the fight.
He is pushing
power. That's a good thing to do. But DkPhobos is going to be left alone. He's going to try to stun his way out of there, but Loda should be easy kill. Nobody hits him for full 3 seconds, so he blinks away. FNG is going to be the sacrificial lamb, but I think they're okay with that. Meanwhile, AM is forcing out Glyph and well on his way to destroying this T1.
Yeah, still a good fight for Alliance though. I mean, sure they lost 2 supports for that fight, but they brought down, of course, the Batrider and the Lich, and that's after killing Vangeful and getting a tower. So they get a 3 for 2 trade and they get a tower. Surely, I mean, AM was free farming. Now, maybe looking to just take Roshan here with the Blink Strike from PA, bringing him into the Roche Pit here. Very nice little trick. So, no smoke needed to get in here undetected. And I think this should be a Roshan that they might not.
Look at this micro.
Unless the crowd gives it away, I don't think there's any way they can know about this one.
Just look at what Ace is doing. He doesn't want to have more than 2.
Exactly.
He doesn't want the stun bash thing.
Because the clap deals quite a lot of damage.
You don't want to get the clap, so you have to avoid that.
The clap doesn't actually update its tooltip when the game progresses, by the way, so it's, you know...
Very little does.
Yeah. I think Loda, please.
Game literally
Can't play this anymore.
Oh, the clap!
Oh no, missed micro.
Ace, please.
Anyway, meanwhile, not too much going on. Smoke Gang on mid lane trying to find Nani here, and he's gonna get grabbed and stunned. A whole lot of damage being delivered.
They need to get a lot out of this, and that's one weakness of VP.Polar's lineup right now. They don't push well. Apart from Anti-Mage, who's not really joining these fights, even though we just saw a great pick on the mid lane, they kind of just lumber back and like, oh well, we'll farm a little bit more.
I would almost disagree though, because I mean, they don't push well, but they force the enemy to split up so much when they go as a 4 and 1 formation, so that AM is always somewhere else.
Okay.
Because he's getting the push on top lane, and who's really gonna defend that alone? And if they ever get a pick-off with their 4-man strats, this top tower is very likely to be undefended, and he is going to bring down the tower here.
That's true. And when AM is forcing you to split open, it makes those picks easier to come by. Because they're, you know, in 2s and 3s.
He has the Yasha now as well, and 900 gold. But I would almost like to see him build up the entire Vladimir's as well, just to boost your farming rate. I don't feel like he needs the Manta style immediately to join in the fights. There's no really important spell to disjoint with Manta style as well. And Vladimir's gives you a lot more farm speed. You can clear Ancients without losing HP at all. And just the damage that you get from it is really nice.
Loda perhaps a little bit trouble. I do agree about the farming speed of Vlad, as we see Illidan gets jump on. He needs to blink away 1 more second. Stampede gets him a little bit closer away.
Split, though. Okay, they gonna try for this. They
where's
need to
the
get some nice disable. Ogre is there, but the blink is so fast for me. And well, he actually blinked down, and that was still hampering for the Ogre. He was actually close to blinking out there again, but I think that was a little bit unfortunate that he blinked down. He did not see the Ogre, but he actually blinked into the range still. If he blinked any other direction that was outside of the Ogre's cast range, he would not have gotten the stun there. But again, good kill. Used the Brewmaster split for it. I thought it was a little bit ambitious, but it worked out.
Lich working on Meg.
Yeah, also working on TPing away from 5 heroes.
Jinx.
Goes pretty well.
That was close.
Yeah. The entire Crimson Guard now finished up on Centaur. How much
nice.
do you feel this is gonna nullify the effect of Alliance?
Oh, huge.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Prophet right now, right-click nullify. Same thing with the PA and the Brewmaster. So you're looking at multicast and Death Ward really being the big part of the damage dealing if the Crimson Guard's on. So if I ever see that Crimson Guard, I'll think twice about really engaging like this. Here comes the Centaur. Stampede, one double edge first. I'm going to try to blow up DkPhobos. He hasn't even activated his Crimson Guard just yet. Loda's going in hard. He's got the Aegis, so he's going to have to use it right then and there. Loda, Aegis expiring. Ace gets caught out. Ace is dead. Crimson Guard is on. And right now, Loda needs to blink away. Quick blink away before the Hoostomp hits him. Hane re-engages. Does he have his ultimate? No, he used it in the jungle. Little running into his team, swapping forward to actually just die.
Alliance.
Yeah,
really strong.
The Age is doing a lot of work there. They get more than just 2-3 kills and a tier 2. The mech coming in big for Ace with that buyback.
Yeah. The Aegis was also really good, but buyback Fury, as you mentioned as well, was a big part of this fight. The fact that they could turn this fight around was really impressive.
That's almost like 2 Aces.
It is really, and Honey did a lot there without even using his ultimate. So now they have the benefit of having ulti ready and just having won the fight, so they can keep going for something else now. If they want to keep pushing for objectives, mid lane is a nice target right now.
Yeah.
So next thing that is important for Alliance, I would say, is to really reach that Hex of Fury. You know, it's a far way away, because he's only 1,000 gold with his mech, but you really need to have a Hex in this game. It's going to be so good against the AM, and as I said previously, having tons of disable with a PA is really key.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Nature's Prophet reminds me of Tywin Lannister. He just poops out gold.
He poops out gold.
So,
yeah.
Hex is coming soon.
But, I mean, Hex is coming soon, but even if he poops out gold, Lumi, he's still just a man. He puts on his pants 1/2 a pair at a time, like anyone, like any other of us, right?
I suppose.
Hashtag Lumi sayings.
But Alliance right now have a really good chokehold in the game in terms of like map advantages. They have a lot of towers. They took Roshan, and VP.Polar does not have a good pushing squad. I would agree with Vlad's choice, not necessarily for farming speed and pushing, but it seems like Alliance has a lineup that wants to take the fight to you now. And Vlad's is a great item for your team because in conjunction with Vlad's Frost Armor and Crimson Guard, it makes your team so much tankier.
Yeah,
and if little dives, like the minus damage aura you give to the enemy team, how are they even hurting you?
That's true. I really
Didn't work a second ago, did it?
I really agree with you. Well, that's true. Alliance did take a really amazing fight there, but that was against Aegis buyback, so in the end, Alliance were very strong in that fight. But I agree with you that the Vladimirs would give a lot of value, but still, of course, meta style is amazing when you have this many disables on your team. Just blinking in at the same time as the Lazu, and then just meta styling.
Yeah.
Allows you to deal.
Lazu?
Lazu? Yeah. Lazu is spelled with Zs.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. You might want to check that.
Apparently I pronounce it lasso, but it's lasso.
Yeah.
Lasso.
I don't think it's a
I
word
say
that's
lasso,
so commonly
like it's
used.
got a bunch of words, lasso, but it's not, it's only one of them.
I
Anyway,
find it hard to offend anyone though, because I mean, who really uses that so often? Mag, look out for a picture, gets Loda, really good target.
But he brings it to the rest of his team though. The Death War is going to come out right now. It's going to do a ton of damage. AC's just tanking everything because he's got the Vanguard.
The Crimson Guard is doing a lot of work
Whoa,
against
the
that
South
board.
Sprout and DkPhobos trapped between trees and pandas. Not where you want to be. But AM though, look at him. Look at him go.
Always. The rat is real.
Yeah.
And
Just pop that Manta, man.
Yeah.
No, he's going to cut off quick wave.
Definitely, but the chase is also really here, chasing after, of course, the poor Batrider. He does get the blink off, and he has the 4-staff, so he's gonna get away. AM just cutting creep waves. He's more aiming to get maximum amount of gold here.
You want a TP there?
Gets the stun on him, but
The
I feel AM could almost have mana.
Yeah, maybe.
But Coconut is a thing.
He's so bloody annoying.
Yeah. But definitely I would say that he should consider going for the... Oh, this blink! Honey going in the right place.
He needs one more crit.
Oh, you're kidding me!
Oh, can we get a camera?
Yeah,
Illidan
Illidan is like, what?
Oh, look at that. The frown is gone, and
No,
you know,
it's like,
it's not the same.
there's like a vein on his eyebrow.
frown.
It's a different. This is the frown of vengeance.
Turn the frown upside down.
Can we? You know what we need to work on? I know production value and all is all really good.
All right.
I need that Starleague dramatic zoom in. You know what I'm talking about? When somebody dies, you zoom in.
all the way to like just the
Just
eyes.
the eyes.
Yeah,
you
just
see,
the
you
eyes.
see the
Okay.
depth and anger.
All
That
right.
would be good.
Let's work on that.
We'll work on that.
Milton, get on it.
All right, so we have Ultimate Orb, by the way, finished on Furion now, and he has 900 gold, so he can buy the Void Stone, meaning he just needs to farm up enough to buy a Mystic Staff, and he will have the Hex available. And then bringing down the AM there was really unexpected and very good for Alliance. But still, I would say VP.Polar in a strong position this game.
You know when you get something like that with the triple crit and everything like that?
Oh, yeah.
Is that you feel like the game is rewarding you in some way. Like you think, yes, this is
It's
just,
Asphalt giving back.
this is right. I deserve this because I got unlucky with the rune or something like that.
I had just a game where I played PA recently, and every time I blinked someone, it was 2 crits on the first 2 hits. It was disgusting. I've never been so lucky in my life. And it was like not just once or twice during the game, like during the entire game.
Yeah, it's Pretty
And
gross.
I never saw anyone that lucky on PA, and I'm like, this is justice.
Yeah,
I
all this other
deserve
game.
this.
Yeah.
Obviously, my enemies were not really on the same idea about that, but anyway, AM.
Oh.
He's just fighting up for the
out
honey
there,
here.
man.
At the very least, he burned all the mana of honey just by that little
Yeah.
exchange. Of course, he has bottled up. He's gonna be just fine.
They still know where the AM is. They're picking him out.
He's still sitting in here. He is gonna get out in the end, but look at this smoke gang as well from VP.Polar. Very dangerous if anyone goes towards the mid lane. Don't do it, Akke. Too handsome to die. He's gonna run down to his team.
He was
Trying to
heading
stay
down
safe.
to
They know,
Ogre's
they
shoulder.
know.
Oh no, he goes too close. I think Batrider might come from here, but his team is fairly close. Can they punish this?
No, Akke dies for people. But here comes Loda though with the Wrath of Nature.
That's
They're doing a ton
Centaur
of
out
damage.
there. That's so
Stampede's gonna
nice.
get everybody out.
It's a real guerrilla tactic there, the old hit and run, Centaur ult to escape.
Yeah. Clubbing Akke in the back of his head and then running away.
Not gorillas like that, Bruno, and you know damn well it's not gorillas like that. You should get back to sitting down there.
Anyway,
Bruno's in the cheap seat still and
sitting right in front of the big screen. It's like being at a cinema watching Loda. So right now, Warrunner is going down uncontested again to Alliance, despite the fact that VP.Polar were able to get a pick off. It's kind of strange when you think about it.
do you think that's probably because they know that AM is going to be off being busy at work somewhere, and
No,
they're
I
like,
think
well,
it's-
if you want to come and fight us,
Oh, he's going for
We're right
BKB?
here.
It's more so the lasso being down. Without the Batrider, lasso, and the Stampede,
Yeah,
it's like,
definitely.
hey man, you have Centaur, you have Bat, but these are not really heroes without their ults. So they're gonna say we take it for Roche, and
Ags up on which makes me very happy.
It's very big to have Aegis on PA in a game like this as well, where the enemy team has so much kidnap. I mean, team abduction, VP.Polar, right? Yeah, but like having Aegis is so much more worth, and he's running into Lil here. Loda gonna say hi to this poor support hero, of course. Mynuts
wow,
says so.
the blood just oozes from him.
I mean, there's a lot of RNG in this game, actually. You got the crits from Brew, you got the multi-cast from Ogre, you got the crits from PA. They've gone for Team Fluke.
Team Fluke. It's like if we didn't luck, if we didn't win, it was unlucky. Actually. So Loda now leading the charge down on the mid lane with his BKB and Aegis, by the way. It's 10-second BKB. They might just keep pushing here afterwards.
Oh yeah, why not? You got Aegis.
Well, I guess the only reason to not push is because of all the split push going on the side lanes now. You might want to clean that up, but forcing high ground would be really good for Alliance right now.
I think you don't have enough pressure to go to London, so you can take care too. They need to defend base right now.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, Alliance has a lineup that there is no good lasso
This is a
target.
dangerous fight, and Lich just
Chain
casually,
Frost.
casual
And he
chain
has to.
frost.
He has to. Like, this is actually a good play in my opinion.
Is it good play?
The thing with the Chain
Okay.
Frost is, it's so crazy random anyway. Why the hell not?
Little's gonna get initiative upon, but where's the backline here? Batrider's gonna last him,
Oh,
but he
no,
dies
he dies
there.
immediately.
Oh, the stuns and the crits. Little's gonna survive.
This is a really good fight so far for Alliance. They brought down the Batrider, forced off his ulti as well. Stampede is gone,
People
and
back.
they have Aegis.
People back, people back.
All on AM now.
The Mono Boy's real, but AM's gonna die to the damage output. Crimson Guard's doing nothing. And they're gonna just keep going in. Loda's gonna take a ton of damage. He's probably gonna die here. Big strikes back out.
And they
Neo.
swap him.
Alright, they kill him. I think.
Nope.
He's still alive!
Need to actually
Why
hit him.
is he still alive?
Finally!
Oh my god.
AM is here now, and he can just keep hitting here. Loda's taking some damage, but Mynuts standing available for the Blink Strike. And now, can they chase down?
Yeah, able to blink to my nuts and get away.
I don't think that Alliance has anything if they manage to catch someone, because they're so low on mana on everyone. So they have to just run away. Might have to sacrifice an Ogre Magi
Actually,
here,
they
but
can't even kill Ogre. Ogre has no mana, so he doesn't hit very hard.
he doesn't take any damage.
Yeah.
Best mechanic.
Oh wow, that was a really good fight from Alliance, I thought.
So that was 2 buybacks, one from the AM, one from the Batrider.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they got a tower.
Well, they're definitely happy to just get away from this one, Alliance. I mean, in the end, you pick up another item now. Having lifesteal available on Loda for the next team fight, I think that was an amazing push. Sure, you didn't get the racks, but, you know, you can't get everything in one go.
Yeah.
What's his score now?
188 damage. He's level 16.
He's 418.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4-1 and 8, but the fact that he's level 16 now is such a
Do you
huge
get a
deal.
Basher on him next?
I would
I'd
really
like
love
that.
to see a
I would
Super
like to
Basher
see that,
because then he can bring down the AM. You could also argue that MKB would be a good pickup, just doing it preemptively before there's a butterfly on the AM.
Sure.
And it's also a great deeps item. I mean, adds up so much.
I mean, I kind of think like the Basher is nice and easy to get. Gives you that extra.
I love Basher on PA. It's really, really good.
But they need more luck-based items on their team.
You need more luck.
Yeah.
Well, I think it is going to be Basher because if you look over Illidan, he's making the BKB. So the Basher is kind of the next trump card.
There's the Hex.
Yeah, Hex now completed on Fury, and this is very big because now he can actually do something as well when the enemy's storming in.
Yeah.
I was impressed at how well Alliance handled the Batrider trying to abduct someone there, just kind of killing him in his tracks with some slows and, of course, the Burn Strike. I think he crit on a dagger and on one of his attacks on the PA and just kill him so fast.
I think Alliance is approaching to a stage where the Batrider has too many high priority targets that he needs or wants to grab.
Yeah, it's a Basher next fight.
You can't ignore the Panda. You can't ignore the PA. You can't ignore the Witch Doctor because he has an Aghanim Death Ward.
And Ogre has Axe now
Yeah,
as well.
so like, you just want to lasso everybody, but he only has one.
Alliance would be really good to take this, but they're forcing a mid lane now using the Brewmaster split to bring down the enemy.
You're just chasing people away from the racks.
Yeah, while you're going for racks. Have to be careful with the movements, not to overextend here though. But range Rex is down, and you might just be happy with this now, because he used your Brewmaster ulti. Realistically, the Stampede could punish them here if they want to go, but they're actually not saying, they're not giving chase.
Yep.
I think that might have been a mistake by VP.Polar, because when Brewmaster Split is down, if you have any chance to take a team fight, with Blink, 4 staff,
Well, they have about like 100 seconds or 80 seconds to find that fight.
I think they were just thinking, look, if we fight here and we don't win,
well,
we're right in front of our racks. The tower is down. We're gonna get racked right here.
I guess it came down probably a little bit to that, but also even more to the fact that Cyclone was lasting quite long on Batrider there. So very nice micro by Hani when they ran away. He actually Cyclone the Batrider, who's the most important hero when you're trying to catch anyone. So now anyway, VP.Polar, they want to make something happen during this cooldown. 60 seconds.
Get an objective.
Exactly. Get 1, get 2. You need to keep going here, I think. Because you can't take fights on your side of the map. Touching a little bit to how we talked about MVP style in some of the games yesterday, that they always fought off their map. This is what VP.Polar need to do now that their base is sort of exposed.
I mean, Brewmaster at this point still is a big part of the team fight. If they want to fight. In fact, Loda goes in. Stampede's going to be used just to disengage. And they'll go home fine.
I think he's happy trading his DkP for the Stampede and the Runaway, to be honest.
Sure.
I mean, they don't even have the Brewmaster split, and they managed to defend so well. Now Furion going in with the Hex, gonna catch out Lich here. No force that on him, but can he save him?
Oh, 3-1 stop from DkPhobos. Here comes AM. If he gets a big Mana Void, this will be huge. The Kidnap's gonna go on Akke. Akke immediately dead. Mana Void not being used yet. Ace could be a very easy target. 10-second BKB on Illidan. He's still thinking about going. But that's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
This is just respecting the fact that you have no BKB ready on PA and the enemy used BKB on their AM, so you have to
ult is
really run away.
Ready as well, though.
Yeah.
The supports in this game have been picked on so much. It's really horrible to see.
Bully is supports. I'm for it.
No. Oh! Crit gets blinked. Everybody blinks back away.
Yeah. Trying to chase with the Bloodlust, though. Oh, the Stifling Dagger.
That's a nice wave.
Oh no, he forced back. I'm not sure whether intended or not. The multicast is going to come out. Batrider annihilated. And the Brewlings are just running ham over everybody. They just died. Looks like AM has to find his way out there. FNG dies immediately. AM blinks
There's
away.
no way that VP.Polar can fight against this, and the stun is always going to be available from an old Magi when you pass that access. So that's 4 kills going down, and nobody on the line is dying.
Wow.
As you said, running ham.
Yeah. So normally when you see as an AM that the fight's going poorly, what you're supposed to do is just blink away and just split push as hard as you can. But
yeah, but he's not in time.
The thing is, you have a Prophet on the enemy team. The Prophet all casually throwing a team fight pushes every single lane.
Yeah.
So that allows, or that prevents split push.
This is going to be an attempt at double racks, I think. I mean, obviously they're going to go for the melee racks.
Unless we see 3 buyback, this is the game.
I don't think, well, they have to defend from getting 2 racks, but I think they have to accept as well that they're going to get 1 rack here. As much as we would like to defend, look at the positioning of the heroes. They realize that if we go out here, we're going to get killed. So just need to get that Centaur back as well. But yeah, that's 13 seconds. That's a long time. It could be 1 racks, but Alliance, they're respecting.
I think this is smart. not. They don't want to get somebody dragged off to the fountain or something like that. So
They're expecting that there might be a buyback on the Centaur as well.
Yeah.
Because you never know when you're pushing. It's like, well, if we get caught by the Batrider, as you say, and then there is a buyback, then we're in a bad spot. Now, instead, just taking the money and leaving.
I mean, they took that fight really convincingly.
They did.
So I don't think there's any rush from them now. They've got a lane. They know that PA is really, really good at the moment, so just chill out. Take it easy, open more far, no problem.
I'm impressed by how Alliance are playing this game against an AM, but also a little bit disappointed in how the AM is being executed, to be honest, because he's really aiming to fight non-stop.
Yes.
And not splitting.
Well, he tried a little bit, but again, Prophet makes it hard. We're really going to see a fight. Mynuts going to get blown up in the beginning by that Chain Frost. Crimson Guard comes out as well. They need to blow up Akke right before he pops his ult. Yeah, they successfully have done that. They lose the Lich as a result, but where's the AM focusing now? He's going straight on Ace. AM in this particular fight doing a very good job getting these quick kills. Still has a Mana Void though, but the buyback from Mynuts, and it's going to be one multicast, second multicast. The defensive swap here coming back out, and Ace is going to get brought down. Illidan blinks back in. Huge Mana Void. Where's the follow-up damage? You're also low. Loda blinks to his ally. DkPhobos needs to be on cleanup, and he blinks forward. Double Edge gets one kill.
Wow.
Great play from AM, just allowing his team on
Buyback from
cleanup.
PA. This is overextension now.
All right, everybody get back. We had the Heaven's Halberd back in about 2-3 seconds. And can he make it home?
Oh, the stun's available. Oh, that was so close. Magi needs to work a little bit on that casting time.
Yeah. He rocks back on his heels and really gives it to him.
Well, he puts a lot of effort into his stunts. Yeah. You can't get lucky if you don't.
But he could rock back and get it charged up and then run around and just be ready to pew.
That's the wrong ogre.
That's true.
That's the other. Anyway, Roshan, Tiny is just sitting here waiting to be killed once again, and this is going to be a cheese this time. So Alliance getting a lot out of this, even though they used to buy that.
They used two buybacks. The older buyback.
Yeah, that's true. I would say that the older buyback is kind of not that important though, because whatever item he wants to acquire now doesn't really matter. He has level 16 in max, and that's really all.
I mean, Eul's is going to be great still.
Yeah, but in this game,
AT just arrived for a brew, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's a big pickup.
I feel like we are starting to turn a little bit in terms of how well VP.Polar could fight. We saw in the last fight, if you get a good Mana Void, you can just wreak havoc.
That's huge, yeah.
AM died in that fight, but let's just imagine that there is one less crit against the AM from the PA. That could have been a different fight altogether. So
you're trying to say that assume Alliance wasn't lucky.
Right.
But we said from the beginning, if they're lucky, they're gonna win. You know, they have Orge and PA.
Oh, here comes the initiation, but he's got 8. Well, actually, it's gonna be a Hani. Immediate blow up here. No Panda in this particular fight. Loda's fighting away. He's getting the bashes. He's getting the crits. Therefore, comes out another crit goes on the Avenge. Okay, the luck is real here.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when you buy Basher, though. You have so many chances of being lucky when you can actually more fights going down here. AM gets a quick cleanup.
Oh no, the luck man.
The Hex doesn't do that much here as well. Can actually right-click during that Hex, and AM just chasing down on Akke. Meanwhile, there's not that much that you can do as a PA here. You're just being kind of overrun, really.
The bashes.
Fight of the carries. But again, AM just blinks away safely. PA, can you get away though?
For Illidan.
Oh, he might actually die
twice.
The
net from the Centaur!
He's
gonna fight this.
I don't know about that.
He needs to. I mean, he can't run away. He needs to take the fights. There's nothing to do.
Here we go.
So he's gonna be disabled here, I think.
He's gonna get one big crit. Oh, Heaven's Halberd's in.
The creep helping him out, trying to blink away. But yeah, in the end, being outmanned this hard.
Yeah.
I think that Loda made a little bit of a mistake in that fight. Not going in and going ham, really, when you have the Aegis, because he was kind of sticking around wanting to fight, but his team was dying all around him.
No, he blinked and killed Avenge, right?
Yes, but I say that when you have the Aegis, you can't really let your team slowly get picked off like this. You need to either go full commitment or get out of the team fight and run away. Like, run away before your friends are dead.
So you might say go big or go home.
Actually, go big
literally
or go home.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Literally go big or go home.
This was more like he doesn't want to lose the Aegis for nothing, and there was, you know, it wasn't easy to kill anyone. I'm not saying that he had some easy opportunities. I'm saying that you need to go relentlessly aggressive in order to protect your teammates and not be left alone. But this is, of course, you know, it was a hard fight. Very nice job by VP.Polar.
I mean, that was an Aegis and Cheese fight. Like, picking up Hani was absolutely huge. And like I said, if you get something going your way, VP.Polar are very capable of winning these fights.
Yeah.
And one thing we haven't mentioned that much is the fact that Centaur is really tanky.
Yeah.
Like, he has 2.7k HP, he has 18
And the
armor,
Crimson Guard.
he has the Crimson Guard, and he has
Evasion,
Evasion, and he has the Halberd active, of course,
Yeah.
which can even protect him at some points. So he's ridiculously hard to bring down.
He's been a big factor in these fights too.
Oh yeah, I would say he's almost a bigger factor than the AM in these fights, because he's controlling most of the pace, but...
A lot of the chasing.
Well, I think
as well,
Mag
yeah.
finding Hani is probably the most important thing.
Yes, execution altogether from VP.Polar, it's team effort, you know. Whereas Alliance, it's more like ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, I think the most important thing right now for Alliance team fight is A, Hani getting off his ult, and B, Akke getting off his ult. Because they still cannot deal with the Death Fort. But Batrider either finds Hani or Akke, so immediately one of those heroes are down. Also, I'm wondering what Illidan's going to make with this 4,200 gold. I think buyback obviously is up there. If he goes for a Abyssal Blade, he's looking to kill more of the supporting cast, like Ace, the Ogre, for example. But if he gets an MKB, then suddenly your Brewmaster as well as your PA gotta be extremely careful.
Yeah. The PA herself, I mean, she went for the Basher a long time ago, then used buyback and so on, so not really that fast item progression since then. Working on his Abyssal Blade probably now as he's 1,000 gold away from it. Of course, he should be keeping his buyback at this stage of the game, though, I feel, but... he would be really happy to have an MKB of his own. Because AM, sure, he could just go into a Butterfly on his next item progression here.
Sure.
I mean, it would not be bad. And you already have the Halberd onto a Centaur Warrunner as well. So an MKB would allow you to sort of bring him down. Because who else is going to kill Centaur? The Witch Doctor Ward, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like the only one really dealing that much damage is the Witch Ward.
I mean, the Centaur, it's more one of those, like, we'll leave him alone because he's not doing that much. And we'll kill him if like, you gotta deal with higher priority targets like...
I think it's gonna be hard to just leave him unattended though, because he has all these items already in 4k gold. So, you know, very similar to some games where we have seen Koikwai just have so big impact with his Centaur Warrunner, for example. I think this could be a very dangerous late game Centaur.
He's a very, very good hero, I think. So.
And of course his Stampede gets, you know, progressively stronger and stronger later on when you get more strength. So interested to see what he will opt for as his next item.
Think about how his lane went as well.
Yeah.
Like, he had a blast in the top lane. He was just absolutely fine.
Yeah,
I think he got first blood and like...
Yeah,
and
he
him
did.
and
He did.
Venge would go up there just mess around. And we were like, well, what about AM? But of course AM does what AM does. You just give him 10 minutes, he's like, I'm ready.
Sure.
Yeah, he went for Abyssal.
How would you itemize the Centaur? Like, the next item?
On this Centaur?
Yeah. I mean, is it a
Get a heart, for
Sorceress?
Christ's sake. Just become the Tank Lord.
Well,
I think so. I think
Heart
part is... Well, no, I think you go AC. Because it just stacks well with what you're trying to do. Like, tank up your whole team. You have you have AC, Meg, Vlad, Frost Armor, Venge negative damage, Crimson Guard.
Venge negative damage. Really assuming she's gonna
I
die.
mean, she is gonna die,
immediately.
right? Like, just throw yourself at...
I like the way you say that.
Look at how much defensiveness stuff they have.
That's why I think, like, get the
Elegant.
heart, the strength,
Yes.
and AC, I guess, is okay.
Yeah,
It'd be
because
pretty good.
the thing is heart is that you can sort of get ignored as well, which is already happening, and if you buy a heart, well, mostly heart makes you tanky. It does buff your ulti a little bit and your right click to a small extent.
Yeah, but nobody cares about it.
Yeah, but nobody really cares about that so much, and you're just still gonna be ignored. So I think
Do they
he's
not
gonna
have-
rock the Crimson Guard and the AC like a boss.
Do they not have a Vlad yet?
They actually do not have a Vlad's,
Okay.
and I think that's a big mistake.
Yeah, Vlad's... I mean, I think actually buying the Vlads for your AMs is not a bad choice either.
Well, yeah, Vlad's on Brewmaster. He very much always does go for it.
No, for VP.Polar.
Oh,
Having the Centaur buying it for the AM.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's a pretty small item, and we're pretty late. You want to get bigger item for your inventory slots, but if your AM leads lifesteal, why not?
I mean, it's a good item to buy, but really, who buys it? Lich considered he needed a 4-staff in this game. I think he could maybe have bought the Vladimirs instead, but I also understand the need for positioning well. But Vengeful is simply too poor to get it after a 4-staff. Maybe
you
they
want him
should
to
just
die, so you don't want him to carry anywhere.
Yeah, mid lane now, gonna try to go on DkPhobos. This is a very tanky kill, but the going for just a super fast good.
Oh my god, maybe not so tanky, because...
Well, 5 people hammering down on him. I think,
The buyback though, they want to fight, they want to go right on Loda, and they're going to try to chain him down. There is no defensive block. Loda's out of the fight. He does not have buyback for a long, long while. Look at AM going to work. The Super Abyssal Blade doing a lot of work there.
Super Abyssal Blade, so good, man. Anyway, chasing after Mynuts here as well, just hammering down on him with the Basher, doing work as well.
Hammering Mynuts with that hammer is just unstoppable.
That's an unpleasant thought.
Hey, I'm just commentating the game.
You are.
It never gets old. I'm sorry, but it never gets old.
Alright, so pressure a little bit here on bottom lane by Ace, trying to force someone home. He does get home to AM and then...
I like that the sheep has two blades just looking very menacingly.
It looks really dangerous. Cosmetic item is definitely looking amazing.
Actually, it reminds me of the pigeons that we saw today in front of the train station. They were going
Oh yeah, they were...
Did you guys go and feed some pigeons? Like
Well,
an old,
yeah, we
like
fed
an
them.
old couple?
Lucicut. Yeah, Lucicut.
What's that?
Saffron.
We went and threw saffron to the pigeon.
Yeah.
I never
Well,
know
you
what
gotta
to
kill
make
them.
of you, Wagger. I never know what the hell's coming out
It's
of you.
very little saffron. It's cinnamon buns. Or not cinnamon buns, that's
Oh, I've had them. Oh, they're delicious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they're
are.
like really, because they get the saffron color throughout.
I wonder if it's dangerous for birds to eat saffron.
Nah, dude, they're fine.
I mean, one of them was looking a little bit like... Okay, anyway, the game. So, Alliance here, 2 heroes still dead.
They have one more fight. Like, PA's back alive right now. They need a good engage. Centaur's dead and does not have buyback. That's kind of the concern for Radiant.
Relay racks down, and they seem like they just kind of run away and be safe here as well. So not too much going down as a trade for Alliance.
You know what's with VP and their long, long games?
That's
I
true.
like it. I love this team right now.
Especially VP.Polar. It's their thing.
Alliance need the luck to be on their side now. They need to make sure the pit boss isn't looking and get in there and fiddle with the cards and the dice a little bit and turn the game in their favor.
Yeah. Anyway, they're trying to just wait here and hope for Alliance walking up a little bit, sloppily on the high ground, but no one's going to give them that opportunity. And right now, being spotted up by the creeps as well, so Alliance know what they're walking into here, but they also have to defend mid. Ace gonna take care of that. Roshan, he's not liking this.
Are they going to jump in?
I hope to God they do, because that would be awesome.
And Batrider, perfect where it is right now. Loda, somewhat exposed, could go for right. Loda is easy picking. He's going to go for Loda to cloud the BKB. He's going to use Loda, get tracked onto the Loda. He's going to focus him. Loda down the half, Loda down the court. Loda's dead. Jack goes, no! The cheese get cheese! How did he get the cheese? And the crits are raining down. RM Jesus has came to the party, and he just, he had the old cheese, and he just picked up a new cheese.
It's a cheese and whiny.
Oh my god, everybody's dead! DkPhobos doesn't have buyback! He snatched the cheese!
Wow. Well, there you go. Right there. What happens is you happen to have some cheese in your pocket and you win a fight.
Well, he evaded one attack too many, right? With the
Incredible.
blur or something.
Or something.
My goodness.
That was, I mean, I don't think people did anything too wrong in that fight. They got him, they brought him into the fight, and it just so happened that he killed them all.
Well, yeah. I mean, taking the fight there was pretty hard because Alliance just really did well at jumping in and kind of bringing the party. Of course, still having the cheese.
Right, but if Loda had died,
Yeah.
that fight would have gone entirely different.
Oh, yeah.
He was down, we thought he was dead. We were like, Loda's dead.
Yeah,
No, I mean, dead. He's looking pretty happy right now. Here we
go.
My
Oh, the crits!
The Abyssal!
Jesus! That's not cool.
That game, right?
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have buyback, so this is actually...
Oh, dragging the fountain. Give him the fountain. Oh,
Here
son
he
of
comes! Yes, he's done.
More cheese.
Yeah, the cheese is doing it for Loda.
the left fromage.
Cheesy stretch.
The left from much.
Actually, they're bringing back Ace. That's a quick kill. Never mind that. The quicker kill comes from Loda.
And a multicast. This is like the film Casino.
Yeah, well, this is like now once you're in the enemy base and you have killed off the Anti-Mage, which is the real threat here. Vangeful is also dead without buyback. You can just keep pushing. This throne should not be something that you can even defend. Even with Centaur being attacked, you look at him now, once he finally drops, this is gonna be some serious beats.
Towers Loda not attack a little bit more. Hey, the throne's still alive. Let's not call GD just yet. DkPhobos dropping very low. Maledict, though, is going to take him down. Everybody's still dead. Lich buys back. Not sure how much that's worth, but 50 seconds to Anti-Mage. And that's really the only saving. Batrider running some discard on the back line. Buying time for for as long as possible. Multicast will clean him very
Well,
quickly. Chain Frost being used in the lane.
the last
Hey, man.
defender of this.
If he has the
of this
Agonize,
fight,
could be
this-
defending, and Ace
He has
dropping
no axe.
dangerously
If
low.
he did, maybe he could have tried to do something, but in the end, 5 heroes of Alliance alive in the enemy base. Gonna
Oh,
fill
the
up
bench
the
swap?
Lich as well.
Against the... Okay, BKP and Loda, he walks back out.
Evasion is pretty good against Falcon. So Alliance, after a pretty long and even game, to be honest, it looked a little bit rocky there for a while, but Alliance looking happy now after bringing that game down.
I feel like that game was like RNG God giveth and taketh.
A little bit, yes. But I mean, isn't that what you get when you pick these heroes, right?
I guess
I
so.
mean, even the Brewmaster was getting in on the